I would like a straight-up prediction on the fight. Who's going to win and how?
Marco,
Tim, what's your
¿quién
prediction?
piensas que va a ganar?
Es una pelea muy fuerte. Manny Pacquiao es un peleador muy rápido, con muchísima rapidez, se desplaza muy bien en el cuadrilátero, pero Brandon Rios es un peleador que va para enfrente a buscar el choque. Creo que es una pelea complicada para ambos peleadores.
Yeah, I think it's a complicated fight for both of them. I mean, we got Brandon Rios, who comes straight forward, is going to apply the pressure on Manny. And then we got Manny, who moves around the ring very well, picks and chooses his spots, and comes at different angles. So, and a very strong fighter, I mean, with a lot of speed. So, I mean, it's just going to be a tough fight for both of them.
You know, a question for Manny has always been his focus ever since he became a congressman, because that's obviously a real demanding job. Maybe what he's going through, because obviously 2 weeks from the fight, we had that typhoon that ravaged a part of the Philippines. Can you talk about your thoughts about how Manny's going to deal with that, and also maybe if you relate to it, when you had training camps and you had personal issues come up, and how you try to maintain that focus?
Marco Antonio, descansado por unos de estos, ha tenido unas distracciones como el tipo de Manny Pacquiao que ha tenido con su país, que ha recibido esa destrucción de naturaleza, y también de ser senador y estar envuelto en la política. ¿Tú has tenido así un tipo de distracciones y cómo piensas que le afectaría a Manny?
Bueno, sí, las distracciones te afectan muchísimo. Yo creo que él lo comprometido que está con su país, ahora que está en el gobierno, ojalá que en esta pelea se haya concentrado muy bien, porque una distracción te puede quitar el 40% de lo que tú entrenas para una pelea tan grande como lo es con Brandon Rios, porque Brandon Rios sabe que es la pelea más importante de su vida. Yo soy amigo de los dos, he platicado con los dos, y saben que va a ser un choque esa pelea, que no debe de haber distracciones, pero en este caso Manny Pacquiao, ojalá que no le afecte eso, porque si se está partiendo en dos para atender sus atenciones políticas y lo de boxeador, eso sí le va a afectar muchísimo.
Definitely, distraction plays a big deal. In Manny Pacquiao's situation, you know, if you don't train, say you train 100%, distractions could take away 40% of the training, all the work that you put in. So Manny has to concentrate on one thing, and that's boxing. I mean, he does have responsibilities, and the time right now with the typhoon and everything, yeah, it makes it harder. But he can't separate himself from being a boxer. If he's trying to be a politician and a boxer at the same time, he's going to be in trouble, because Brandon, he's facing the toughest and the most important fight of his life. So that's who he's going, the type of fighter that Manny Pacquiao is going up against. So I just say that Manny better be 100% focused as a boxer for this fight.
Okay, and actually I was talking yesterday with Barrera about 10 years ago with the first fight, or the very big first fight with Pacquiao Barrera, and he told me very good things, and I hope so he can remember something about the fight 10 years ago, please.
¿Qué te acuerdas de tu primer pelea con Manny Pacquiao, Barrera?
Peleé con un desconocido, sí me sorprendió, un boxeador muy rápido, me golpeó mucho al cuerpo, que fue por donde siento que me ganó, y aparte de que me ganó esa noche, se ganó el respeto de toda la gente, porque no nada más me ganó a mí, sino se infiló a pelear con los mejores peleadores, pesos más grandes de todo el mundo, como Oscar de la Hoya, le ganó a Margarito. Antes la lógica decía que un peso chico no le ganaba un peso grande, y creo que esa lógica la habían echado a la basura a Manny Pacquiao, porque todos nada más nos habíamos quedado con la idea de cuando peleó Mantequilla Nápoles con Monzón, dos extraordinarios peleadores que no le pudo hacer nada a Monzón, pero Manny Pacquiao demostró que es la nueva era del boxeo.
Well, what I do remember is I remember fighting a guy who I knew nothing of, and a very explosive fighter, where I think he beat me. Other than losing the fight, I also remember that where he really beat me was with the body shots. An extremely quick fighter that I just wasn't as prepared for. And more than anything, Manny Pacquiao gained a lot of respect from beating me from the fans. And other than that, he continued his success, and he was beating bigger guys. And he threw logic out the door because everybody thought that a smaller weight would never beat a higher weight guy, a heavier guy. And Manny Pacquiao has made himself a star and has given smaller fighters the idea that, hey, I can make it in the bigger weights. So, yeah, that's the type of fighter that Manny Pacquiao is.
Yeah, I just wanted to know if he remembers what he experienced having to move his training camps after overcoming, I believe it was a fire at Big Bear. He wound up relocating, and just all the distractions he had in that training camp. The only reason I asked is because he was speaking about how Manny has to overcome that. I was just wondering what was going through his mind before the first fight, if he remembers any of that.
Barrera, si te acuerdas, antes de la primera pelea con Manny Pacquiao, estabas entrenando en Big Bear y que se quemó el entrenamiento, el lugar de entrenamiento. ¿Cómo te afectó? Si te afectó en alguna manera, y si te acuerdas de los detalles de qué obstáculos tenías que sobrepasar para prepararte al 100 para Manny Pacquiao.
Bueno, en ese tiempo nos pasaron varias situaciones. Primero nos bajaron de Big Bear porque estaba quemando, ya no podíamos subir. Después salió lo de que me habían operado la cabeza. Yo pensé que todo el mundo sabía, los doctores. Me mandaron a Houston a valorar para qué estaba pasando. Después de ahí a Las Vegas. Prácticamente yo entrené como unos 20 días para esa pelea. Y cumplimos lo que tenía que haber sido. Tampoco es pretexto, me ganó y me ganó muy bien. Pero lo que sí, las distracciones no te dejan trabajar muy bien. A mí me afectaron desde que me bajaron de Big Bear hasta que me mandaran a hacer más exámenes, a que en Houston checaran, hablaran con mi médico que me había operado, y todo eso fue mermando una preparación para esa noche, pero pues el que salió y ganó fue Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, first I want to say, no, I'm not making up any excuses. Manny Pacquiao beat me clearly, but my distractions for the preparation of that fight, I probably trained about a total of 20 days for that fight. And it all started, the first distraction was when there was a fire in Big Bear and we had to evacuate training camp. And that was the start of it. And after that, I had to get evaluated and get my head checked with my surgeon in Houston. And that delayed some of the training camp as well. So, yeah, there was a couple distractions. But it just shows that how important it is to stay focused and how much distractions really will affect the outcome of a fight.
My final question for Marco is just his own experience when he fought in China a few years ago. I think it was his comeback fight after the second Pacquiao fight.
¿Podrías hablar de tu experiencia de cuando regresaste y peleaste en China, creo que fue? Y nomás quiere hablar más puedes hablar de tu experiencia allá.
Bueno, en China muy bien, hay muchísima afición, nos fue muy bien, la gente nos trató excelente, fue una pelea que no trascendió, de hecho estaba en que si me quedaba en el boxeo me iba, entonces fue por eso que la aceptamos, pero hay muchísima afición y yo creo que la pelea de Brandon Rios contra Manny Pacquiao es algo muy grande que van a recordar toda esa gente que le gusta el boxeo porque va a ser una guerra de principio a fin.
Yeah, what I do remember more than anything is that while that fight in particular was either I stay in boxing or I retire type of fight that it was. But what I remember more is the fans and how there's a lot of boxing fans out there, and they treated me really well. So I know Brandon is going to go through that. Manny Pacquiao is going to go through that. A lot of fans out there, and this fight that the Manny Pacquiao and Rios are going to do is going to be a very entertaining fight for the fans.
How he sees the fight going next week?
Algunos últimos comentarios de ti, Barrera, y cómo piensas que va a ser la pelea, cómo va a ser el resultado.
Que va a ser una pelea explosiva. Me atrevo a decir que es una carnicería por el estilo de Brandon Rios y el estilo de Manny Pacquiao. La gente no se la debe de perder. Está haciendo en China para un nuevo público y creo que toda la afición estadounidense, filipina, mexicoamericana la vamos a disfrutar.
Yeah, first of all, I know it's going to be a great fight, an explosive fight, a fight of styles, and styles make fights. This is going to be a big one. There's going to be a brand new type of public out there, and that are going to enjoy it. A great show. And we just say, just like Americans and Mexicans, I just say, do not miss this fight. It's the fight you want to see.
Thanks for joining us. And again, it's 9 p.m. East Coast, 6 p.m. West Coast time, Saturday, November 23, live on pay-per-view, Pacquiao versus Rios. Thanks so much.